Hey guys, so I'm here. I got to play the new patch a few days before you guys. I got to know how to play Skye a little bit. So I thought I'd make a quick how to play Skye tutorial for you guys to have a jump start in a new act. So we'll just get right into it. So our first ability, Regrowth. Equip a healing trinket, hold fire to channel, healing allies in range and line of sight. Meaning you can't heal people behind walls. They have to all be within your range. That doesn't mean they have to be looking at you, and that doesn't mean you have to be looking at them. They just have to be like reached with a direct line, pretty much. It heals multiple enemies. You could choose to heal just one dude, or you can heal multiple guys. The choice is yours. You're gonna have to use it to heal one person rather than trying to get max while you heal multiple people, because you do have a limited healing, I guess, energy pool. So if you decide to just use it all on one person, you won't be able to heal other guys. Whereas if you want to keep one guy on low HP until maybe more people get hurt, it's really kind of your decision to make mid-game depending on what the situation is like. One example where it might be good just to heal one guy is if the enemy is about to execute and your team is already set up, guys are healthy, and you just need this one guy topped off, ready to retake site. Another scenario where you might not want to heal just one person and you might want to heal multiple people is maybe everyone took like a bullet or two of damage. No one took into like the red or orange health zone. Then you might want to, call your guys together, regroup, top everyone off. You cannot heal yourself. The healing pool, you get about 100 charge, and one charge is, I believe, 1 health point. So you can heal up to 100 health from multiple people or just one person. The next ability is going to be Trailblazer. Basically, you go into spirit form and you take the form of a wolf. It's a really interesting ability. I like it a lot. It's kind of similar to Selva's drone, where you kind of take a new POV. So I can see this mainly being used as like a scouting ability, like a situational use of being like a pop nade when people are rushing or whatnot. It could be a nice little deterrent. So those are going to be their two main uses. So I'll show you right now. Let's say you're retaking A on Haven. And basically the two spots that you always want to have info on where people are playing is going to be here, which is called Graffiti. And under Heaven, which is called Hell. So if you're retaking A on Haven, you'll always want to use this to kind of scout. You can jump, whatnot. You clear right, boom. You clear Hell. On retakes, this is mainly what you want to use this for. You can also use this to get information mid-round. Let's say it's quiet around the map and you have no idea where the enemies are going to execute, and you want to get some info on you for your team, because let's say you're spread out thin. You got like one guy C, one guy garage, one guy B, and 2 and A. If they hit C, it's pretty hard for your one guy to hold. So it's really imperative to get information mid-round. Let's say there's like 45 seconds, 50 seconds on the clock. Team's gone quiet. You say, hey, I'm gonna get some info mid. This is the perfect time to use it. Boom. If they're not there, you call, hey, they're not going B. You can leave B. Lean towards A or C, wherever you were able to get the most information with your team. Same thing with C. Let's say you're the C anchor. You're kind of nervous of a pot because if there's 5 people coming at you and you're alone on site and you use some of your utility already, you're gonna be in some trouble. So boom. Maybe later into the round, you pop this. Maybe there's a smoke along C that they usually default. So you can clear all of it. If it's clear, they're not hitting C. You call, rotate B to A. So it's a really useful scouting ability. It could also be used, in a 1v1 situation, or like if you're getting popped on. It could be, a nice little tool to help turn the fight in your favor. Basically, what it does is it's a combination of a daze and like a small nade. Let's say they're popping long C, right? And then they're coming through a smoke, and you hear them stomping up. You're playing pretty close. You have this out. You can have it jiggled here. Wait for the perfect opportunity, and boom, they come up. They're all stunned. You mow them down. It could also be good in a 1v1 situation. Let's say a guy. Let's say a guy is here, and he wants to round this corner, and you're here, right? And you want to take the risk of using this util. You can use it like this, right? You come around the corner and do this. But I find that when the wolf is on the floor, it kind of takes a long time for it to come back down and detonate. So what I would do instead is, so you can actually jump with this thing. Basically, when you jump and then you kind of activate it on the decline, it kind of goes in like a diagonally downwards direction, so it pops a lot quicker. It's more like a pop nade in that case. So what I would do is, instead of rounding the corner normally and then exploding it like that, I would do something like, I would jump around the corner, boom, and it instantly explodes pretty much as soon as they see it. You guys see the difference there? First one takes a while. This one, I jump around the corner, and it's much harder for them to react to, because you can shoot this thing now. The wolf does have HP, and when it detonates this quick and it's in the air moving, it's going to be one, a lot harder to shoot, and two, they're going to have much less time to shoot it. So if you're in a situation like that, you want to use it quick, make sure you jump before it rounds the corner, and it'll explode a lot quicker. For third ability, Guiding Light, equip a hawk trinket, fire to send it forward, hold fire to guide the hawk in the direction of your crosshair, reuse it, basically turn it into a flash. And I think this is a really interesting take on the flash. It's pretty much when a jet smoke turns into a flash. So I'll show you guys right here. You can kind of move it around like this if you hold, and then you can pop it again to kind of turn it into a flash. Not kind of, but it does turn into a flash there. Show you guys directly. And there's going to be a lot of creative ways to use this. Actually, I think the most interesting mechanic of this is not only being able to kind of maneuver it around, you know, obviously that's really cool, but you can actually choose not to detonate it, and it just won't flash, right? But it still has the threat of a flash. So I think the first really cool usage of this flash is, let's say defender spawn and this is post plant and you want to swing on this guy. You think he's there, right? So the obvious play would be, well, I flash, swing, whatever, or I don't know, maybe I can get creative, pop it from out there, whatever. But I actually think a more interesting usage that you should mix up into your gameplay is you can actually send it there. Boom, it doesn't pop, right? Because you don't reactivate it. But this guy here, he'll still be turning away because he's like, oh, it's a flash, I'm gonna turn. But it never actually flashes. You just use it to swing with. See that? Boom. You swing. And if there's more than one, or you know, let's say you whiff or something and you need kind of a bailout, guess what? The flash is still there. Bail you out. You can pop it whenever you need. So let's say, boom, you get the first kill, second guy pops up, you flash it, and you use that to get away. So another useful way, use this bait flash. I found that if you fly the hawk directly perpendicular to the wall, it doesn't travel along the wall. It actually just gets stuck there. Whereas if you get a little bit of an angle, it travels along the wall, whatever. So if you can actually aim this so it gets stuck here, and you can use it as a bait and as a, you know, a flash to bail yourself out after you take the fight. This is going to be really useful trying to get the hawk stuck into the wall. You swing with this, boom, it's still there. You can flash to get yourself out. Then when you take the first fight, flash. Whereas if I did at kind of an angle, this guy would go all the way to the corner. These guys wouldn't even see it anymore. You have to be careful about that as well. Okay, I swing with this. I want to bail myself out, but that flash no longer gets them. Another reason why I think this way of fighting is going to be so effective is after you actually pop the flash on the hawk, it actually takes a while for you to pull your gun back out. This is me spamming it. Boom, that's the fastest I can take it out after I actually flash. But if I use just the bird and I don't pop the flash, I can bring out my gun a lot quicker. Boom, that. Whereas if I actually pop this flash, it takes so long for my gun to come out. So I can see this being really viable. But the flash is definitely useful. I think a lot of times you're going to see it being used, you know, coming out overhead. Boom. Super easy. where it doesn't flash me. You can set it up for your teammate. Let's say this guy's set up here. We're playing double on C, and he's ready to swing long C. I'll pop a flash for him. He swings. I kind of see her flash as being more of a setup flash than a flash for herself. Because Phoenix, right after he flashes, he's able to pull his gun immediately out. Whereas her and Breach, after you actually pop the flash, it takes a bit of time to take her gun back out. I think the flash will be used more to set up her teammates and to kind of just stop rushes. So in places where you're gonna have to navigate your flash through like a spot where there's a lot of turns and you need to change directions a lot, it's actually gonna be more useful because your flash actually pops up on the minimap to navigate it via the minimap. So you'll see now, when I activate it, it pops up on the minimap. And you can navigate it in real time. So let's say you have a guy front B and you want to flash mid for him, and you have to play a garage window. You could pop it here, navigate it through the minimap, flash, for time, flashes all of that. For example, another spot, let's say you're playing Daddy on C and you're playing close on long C, but your guy in garage wants to peek grass. Use a minimap, flash grass for him like that. One way I can see the Hawk Flash getting pretty creative is especially in retakes on maps where the roofs are relatively low. Let's say we're retaking on Sea Haven here and my guys are ready to go in. So a pretty effective flash going up over here, boom, pops up in the roof. We're ready to go in. In their POV, you know, with this guy, he's holding CT or to walk out, he gets flash from here. This guy gets flash from here. If this guy's watching garage from here or something, this guy gets flashed as well. Another common spot right here, he gets flashed. Even the logs guy, there's a potential he gets flashed right here, depending on how low this bird gets. Another creative way is you can flash mid over the window. You could flash A long. Let's say you suspect that there's an opper right here. Really easy way, boom, flash your guys in. A lot of creative ways. For next ability, Seekers or Ultimate, equip a Seeker trinket. Try to send out 3 Seekers to track down the 3 closest enemies. If a Seeker reaches target, it nearsights them. Okay, if you guys have played League of Legends, the way this works is kind of similar to Twin Shadows. This is basically Cypher Ultimate, but with like a pesky little thing where if it reaches you, it nearsights you. All right. So it's pretty much a Cypher Ultimate without actually needing a body to activate it. You know, it'll be useful to use on a retake to see exactly where people are playing, and it does have HP, so the enemy can destroy it, which is still useful. So you can like always swing with it, and they have to choose between getting blind and dying to you, whatever. Pretty straightforward ultimate. Most of the time you'll use it either on an execute or on a retake. I think it's gonna be really powerful because you don't need that corpse, like I said, with Cypher's ultimate to pop it. You're about to execute, boom, you pop it, you see where they're playing, whether it's close left, close right, behind default, hell, whatever. And as they're firing, you can kind of use it as a body to either trade with, or you can wait to see if it actually does blind them to swing, or you can even maybe swing before it if you think that's where it's going. Pretty simple and straightforward. You could also even use it mid-round to get information. Once again, similar to how you would use the wolf. Late round, let's say you don't know where the enemy team is, they've defaulted whatever, they've done a good job of hiding where they're going, and your team is spread pretty thin with around the map. 40 seconds left, 35 seconds left into the round, and it's about time where the enemy team has to commit to a site soon. Boom, you pop ultimate in B, A, C, or whatever. It doesn't find anything mid, and they're all towards C, A. They don't have time to go back towards C or whatever. Boom, you can call your team to rotate. This champ in general is really strong at setting up fights and finding out information. So I can actually kind of see him maybe taking over Silva role. He'll definitely take over the flashing role. Like I'm pretty sure he'll take over Breach. Maybe even Phoenix, depending on how people feel about picking up a different entry. We'll see. I think her kit's really interesting. The aesthetic of all of her abilities looks really good. Interesting concepts, man. I think she'll be a lot of fun to play. It's the first time we're seeing like a group PO come into play here. Well, and you know, she can't heal herself, which I don't mind. I don't mind it. We'll see how it plays out.